everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger, here with my new Empowered Moments video for the week of Monday, May 15th through Sunday, May 21st, 2023. For this week's Empowered Moments video, we're going to be using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the Spell Casting Oracle Cards deck. And this is by Flavia Kate Peters and Barbara Meikle-John Free. So we haven't used this deck in a little while. Just show you what the back of this deck looks like. It's very colorful and pretty, as are a lot of the cards. You guys know I'm a Libra with a Leo moon. I love color. Okay. So let's go ahead and actually, before we get into looking at your stones of choice, let's go ahead and do an empowered moment. So take a deep breath and release, exhale. We're just still coming off of that full moon lunar eclipse energy that we had on May 5th. Actually, this week we're going to be nearing a new moon. New moons are about new beginnings, and although it's not an eclipse, we're still feeling those powerful, intense energies, and we have a lot of planets shifting into new signs this week as well. So another deep breath, letting your body relax, grounding, centering, balancing. And as your eyes are closed and your feet are flat on the floor, with your legs uncrossed, your hands sitting gently in your lap with palms facing the ceiling, you're clearing your mind of all thoughts of the day, week, month. Just being in this present moment and visualizing, sensing, seeing, feeling, or just knowing that you're surrounded in gold and white light of universe, all that is. Let's breathe that in deeply into every cell of our bodies. Breathing in that guiding, protective, etheric, golden white light. And as you exhale, visualize a grounding cord coming out of your root chakra and going down deep, 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 deep into Mother Earth, Gaia. We are in Taurus energy for the most part right now, so allowing that grounding cord to go deep down and connect with Earth, Mother Gaia's heart chakra is a beautiful intention to ground with that Earth energy. Breathing in her golden yellow, healing, nurturing light up through your grounding cord, allowing it to merge with that etheric golden white light as you exhale. And focusing on the idea, the intention of this new moon in Taurus coming up this week. So we're still unfolding into all of these powerful shifts and transformations and death and rebirth and endings and new beginnings from the eclipse energies. But we're nearing a new moon, time of initiation and new beginnings in the sign of Taurus, which is about personal resources, money, finances, values, possessions, but most importantly, self-value and self-worth. So have the intention for this week, as we near this new moon in Taurus, to focus on your sense of self-worth. Are you valuing yourself? How could you value yourself better? Do you feel valued within work, career? Do you feel valued within relationships of all kinds? Taurus says we must value ourselves order to attract situations where we're also valued. And focusing on this new beginning, new birth, initiation energy with this new moon in regards to our self-worth, which goes with self-value. How worthy and deserving do you feel that you are of abundance, prosperity, joy, happiness, love, good health? What is your self-worth like? Where can you work on healing your sense of self-worth? And as you let your mind wander in answering all of those questions, ask your angels, guides, master guides, and teachers of the highest vibration of light, the archangels, ascended masters, and ancestors of the light, to lead you towards the answers that you seek regarding self-value and self-worth. Feeling worthy and deserving of all the blessings that the universe has to offer you. So breathe that intention, that energy deeply into every cell of your body and ask for a positive activation to take place during this new moon in Taurus. And as you exhale and in your own time, you can open your eyes and return to this time and place and space. And get ready now to look at our stones of choice for that special message card a little bit later. So I decided to just meditate, close my eyes, dip my hand into the bag of all of my special intention pendants that I've got wire wrapped and infused with these special intentions through Reiki. By the way, they're on my website if you want to take a look at all of them. But I said, give me the 3 that you want me to show people this week. And oh, they're so beautiful. They're all like beautiful, colorful, and in a way, earthy energy, right? It's like we're still in Taurus energy with the sun, and Mercury just went back to direct motion this past Sunday in the sign of Taurus. So, and we have Jupiter actually going to be moving into Taurus this week. So this is an earth sign, and our first stone of choice, our first pendant of choice, is this beautiful malachite cabochon. Cabochon meaning it's like a slice with a sliced back to it. So this beautiful malachite cabochon, it's wrapped in gold wire, as you can see. It's so vibrant. And it's given Reiki or Reiki infused with the vibration of the number 8, number of abundance, prosperity, and empowerment. The energy of the planet Jupiter, mentioning Jupiter, ruler of expansion and blessings. It's also got infused into it the element of fire for inspiration and leadership, and the energy of Archangel Raziel, the Archangel of divine magic, alchemy, and manifestation. Okay. All right. And then our second pendant of choice, also very colorful, is red jasper, very vibrant red jasper, and it's also wrapped in gold wire. Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 4, the number of being grounded, good in business, and good with manifestation energies. The qualities of Taurus, which is interesting, sign of finances, money, and personal resources. The element earth, for practical, logical, and focused energies, and the energy of Archangel Michael infused into this one, archangel that assists us in removing blocks to our life purpose. All right. And then our last pendant of choice here, excuse me, is got a dual color to it. This beautiful golden yellow and green moss agate. Again, very colorful pendant, wrapped again in gold wire. So it's very interesting that they gave me all gold wire wrapped pendants here. And this is Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 3, the number of abundance, prosperity, and blessings, and the number 8, number of confidence, courage, and willpower. The energies again of Taurus, the sign that rules money and manifestation. The planet Jupiter, interestingly enough, planet of positivity, expansion, and the magnification of one's intentions. And this one has the energies of Ganesh infused into it. The Ganesh is the remover of obstacles and helps us to maintain balance, as well as Goddess Lakshmi, who Ganesh often works with. And Goddess Lakshmi is infused into this for power and wealth. Oh, and we got another goddess too, Goddess Abundantia, for increased good fortune and success. Wow. All right. So the 3 pendants of choice or stones of choice are the malachite cabochon pendant, the beautiful vibrant red jasper pendant. That's what it looks like on the back. And this one's a cabochon too. The golden yellow and green moss agate. Again, kind of sliced and flat on the back. All right. So let's talk about the astrology for this week. There's quite a bit going on, actually. Again, this past Sunday, the 14th, which was last week's video, is when Mercury, the planet of the mental realm, ideas, perceptions, thoughts, and communication, turned back to direct motion. I believe it was at 5 degrees of Taurus. So I just want to bring that into the mix too. We're still feeling the effects of that shift, even though it's positive in the, going into direct motion, which is what we want it to do. It's still kind of at a standstill. It's still not moving very quickly. Things will start to trickle in as far as messages and communications and messages, but we might have to be patient as they trickle in over the course of this week and into next week before Mercury picks up speed and starts moving at his normal pace. Excuse me. On Monday, the 15th of May, we have Mars, the warrior planet, planet of energy, action, forward movement, but is in water sign Cancer. And so that waters down some of that fiery, passionate Mars energy. But nonetheless, Mars in Cancer is in a positive connection to Neptune, the ruler of the spiritual realm, in the sign of Pisces. It's home sign of Pisces. So it's interesting that we have Mars, which kind of rules physical energy and physical forward movement, but yet it's in this intuitive, empathic, flowing water sign of Cancer, and connecting with Neptune again, which rules the imagination and inspiration and our psychic abilities and the higher spiritual planes of existence, the higher spiritual realms. So I want to say there's a need to kind of go with the flow, right? Mars wants to take action, but I feel like with this water emphasis between Mars and water sign Cancer, Neptune and water sign Pisces, we want to just trust and have faith and go with the flow and let things unfold naturally. There's still some sort of good forward movement happening, especially in any area that deals with home, family, community, our emotions, because that's what Cancer rules. So I feel like, again, there's a nice flow as long as we don't try to push or force something. On Tuesday the 16th, this is when Jupiter, the planet of our belief systems, the planet that rules expansion, the planet that rules abundance, prosperity, and blessings, is moving out of Aries, where it's been for the last year. And now it's going to be moving into Taurus for the next year. So Jupiter has a 1-year cycle. It stays in each sign of the zodiac for about a year. So it's going to be in Taurus until May of 2024. So that is a year's time from now, right? So Jupiter likes to expand whatever it touches, and it's expanding the energies of what Taurus rules. We kind of talked about that in our meditation earlier. Taurus rules personal resources, money, finances, possessions, It rules our values and what we value. It rules self-value and self-worth. It rules focused, grounded, practical energy and thoughtful, slow, patient movement forward. So Jupiter's expanding this energy. This can be really good, or if we feel stuck in a rut and confined in this very earthy, fixed Taurus energy, it can be not so good, right? We don't want to expand into being stubborn. We don't want to expand into being fixed about a certain way of looking at something or perceiving something. We don't want to be fixed with the idea of having to accumulate this wealth through money, whereas the universe wants to bring us all kinds of blessings. So if we open up and expand to the idea of blessings coming in various forms, and not just money, although money too, but if we stop holding on so tightly and being so fixed about it, then the universe can bring us abundance and prosperity in the form of friendships or connections or business referrals or extra time that we need to accomplish something, assistance from other people, and again, maybe just gifts from the universe in the form of different types of blessings. So again, Jupiter rules belief systems, right? So we don't want to be in this fixed earth energy. We want to, it's going to be hard because Jupiter's going to expand that kind of fixed mentality a little bit. But if you remember, in one of my past videos, I talked about Taurus being like the Buddha energy. Taurus is like the great Buddha, like being in stillness, being grounded and still, and being in an active mode of like listening to spirit, silent listening, and being again grounded and centered and in the present moment, like the Buddha. I think in the present moment is probably a key phrase here. So Jupiter can expand that if we so desire, if that's what we focus on, right? So we can focus on two different areas here with the shadow qualities of Taurus versus the higher vibrational qualities of Taurus. So look up your keywords for Taurus, both shadow and positive, and make sure that you're focused more on the positive aspects of Jupiter. Now, I think Jupiter being in Taurus for this next year, it's going to, on a collective level, expand some money matters, financial matters on, again, a worldwide scale. So we'll have to watch about, now I don't get into all of this kind of stuff, but like cryptocurrency or banking and financial institutions, I feel like there's definitely going to be something that's happening in the realm of money finances on more of a global level while Jupiter is in Taurus. Now on the next day, Wednesday the 17th, Jupiter, just fresh into Taurus, is going to be challenging Pluto, that is retrograde right now in Aquarius, at the 0 degree point of Aquarius, right? So Jupiter's at 0 degrees of Taurus, the first degree of Taurus, and Pluto is retrograding in 0 degrees Aquarius, first degree of Aquarius. So they're going to head off in a square. So I feel like, again, these are both fixed signs. Taurus is fixed earth, Aquarius is fixed air. So there's something here where there might be expansion into judgment energies. Now, this could be on a personal level, but it's also on a collective level because Pluto is a generational planet, or a planet that kind of operates on a collective level, right? Pluto, death, rebirth, transformation, regeneration, change. Pluto is the ruler of that full moon lunar eclipse that we just had on May 5th. So it's, highly active right now anyway. And so Jupiter is going to expand into these challenging judgments of people against people, or groups against groups, or institutions against institutions, countries against countries perhaps, but also it can affect us on that personal level too. And this can be about judging ourselves too. Now, Pluto likes to dive down deep into the psyche and kind of transform or transmute what's lying hidden beneath the surface. So there is an opportunity here, although it's through challenging energy because it's a square, but through challenge, we can be pushed into expanding into transformation of these fixed mind patterns or these fixed belief systems or this fixed perception or way of seeing something. So that's what's going on Wednesday. Then on Friday the 19th is when we have the new moon at 28 degrees of Taurus. This is close to the end of Taurus, not quite the last degree, but it is 28 degrees. So new moons, new beginnings, Taurus, we talked about in the meditation, right? Values, self-worth, money, finances, personal resources. All of these things are ruled by Taurus. Now, there's positive connections to this new moon at 28 degrees Taurus on Friday. It's got a nice positive sextile to Neptune, ethereal Neptune, bringing in a little bit of magic and miracle energy. And it's in a nice positive sextile also to Mars, which is nearing the end of his journey in Cancer, right? So there's still this watery, intuitive, empathic, and with Neptune, spiritual energy that this new moon is connected to in a positive way. So take advantage of setting your intentions, doing some sort of ceremony as far as new beginnings in the areas that Taurus rules. And then on Saturday the 20th, we've got Mars, planet of energy, action, forward movement, and now moving out of Cancer and into fire sign Leo. Now, it's not his ruling sign. The ruling sign of Mars is Aries, which is a fire sign too, but at least he's going to be a little bit more comfortable in fire sign Leo. Mars is going to be in Leo until July 10th. So we've got a few weeks of this wonderful kind of inspirational, creative, moving forward. Let's push forward. Let's stand in our leadership abilities or take charge abilities, and let's make something happen. You know, this is like creative warrior energy at its best. On the same day after Mars moves into Leo, it's going to make an opposition to Pluto in Aquarius. So now we got Pluto here again, right? Oppositions usually play out with other people. It's like being on a seesaw or a teeter-totter or holding up the scales of balance, right? It's about this idea of balancing the two opposing energies, but also, again, playing them out or mirroring them to one another. So Mars in Leo, again, is a little bit more, I feel like it's going to come out of the gate with a little bit more energy and a little bit vitality, vivaciousness, right? Because it's a fire sign. And again, this leadership and creative self-expression energy opposing Pluto, it could be quite interesting, because Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio. Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio. That's where our lunar eclipse was again. So there could be some sort of huge transformational energy in relationships, not just romantic, but business associations, friendship, family, you know, whatever it is, people that we're working with or emotionally connected with. There can be some sort of transformative energies here that's going on. And this could be on a collective level too of this like new inspiring, you know, group of people with these innovative ideas, taking charge and wanting to move forward like a plan of action that's going to help to transform the current state of reality on the planet, for instance. So that's one way to look at that with Pluto. And then on Sunday, the 21st, we've got the sun shifting into a new sign, which happens, you know, every month around this time. It shifts into a new sign. It's leaving Taurus and moving into Gemini. So from May 21st until June 21st, the sun will be in Gemini. The energies will be more focused on the mental realm of thoughts, ideas, perceptions, communication, because that's what Gemini rules. Gemini rules learning and teaching and networking and being a little bit more light and playful and fun-loving. Taurus is more focused, grounded, and down to work, right? Or, you know, let's get to work and let's focus on something and follow through with it. Gemini's a little bit scattered. Gemini is like, I got all these ideas, but I'm juggling them and I don't know which one to focus on, or I can't focus on any one for very long. You know, I've got this variety of stuff going on in my life. So it's going to be a little bit more, although maybe a little more fun-loving for some of you, if you like that energy, might also be a little bit more scattered as well. And then on the same day, Sunday, right after the sun moves into Gemini, it's also going to be connecting with Pluto, but in a positive way, because Gemini is an air sign, Pluto is in air sign Aquarius. So now this is a positive trine aspect where we feel more empowered in our communications. We feel more empowered within our thinking. We feel more empowered with our perceptions that are going on, and maybe even with our clairaudience. I always think of Gemini, as kind of like clairaudience, clear hearing of messages that are going on. So that might be part of it too. So interesting how each of these 3 planets that are shifting into new signs shortly thereafter are connecting somehow with Pluto, planet of transformation and regeneration, death and rebirth, as it's retrograding back in that 0 degree point. Soon it will be going back into the 29th degree of Capricorn, but it's not there yet. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides from the Light Seers Tarot. All right, so we got 3 cards. Yay. Let's turn over the first card. Ooh, the first card is Major Arcana 20. Well, talk about Pluto. This feels very Plutonian to me, right? Now, judgment in the traditional tarot shouldn't really be about people judging one another, right? But, sometimes there can be that judgment energy that, again, kind of comes in with like a more modern way of looking at this card. But judgment as a major arcana is about a spiritual awakening. In fact, you can see this woman, right? And she's got her arms kind of outstretched in a way and up, and she's kind of looking up. And you can see where it's like it's like her higher self, right? It's like the spiritual awakening into higher vibrational energies, a spiritual awakening and stronger connection with her higher self, spiritual awakening to higher perceptions of reality, or the higher perspective or perceptions of what's really going on in one's life, or what's really going on a collective and planetary level. So judgment is the second to the last major arcana in the tarot. So we're getting near the end of some sort of soul journey, I'm going to say on a collective level more so, because the major arcanas really, deal with themes of a soul journey that's happening. And it could be on a personal level for sure as well, especially because of these eclipses we just had. It definitely comes into play that we're all on this soul journey of endings, new beginnings, and higher awareness, and raising our vibration and awakening to higher forces and everything that this card stands for. So I think it's great, and especially because we have Pluto sort of highlighted this week 3 times, right, in connection with 3 different planets, that I'm not surprised to see this. This is like connecting to your truth, right? It's like she's connecting to her higher truth, her higher spiritual self. So I feel like we're all able to connect on that higher level. And the more you meditate, the more you self-reflect, the more you get out in nature, the more able you're going to easily connect with these higher forces of energy, both within you and outside and around you as well. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the second card. Okay, we've got the Ace of Wands. Now, aces are about new beginnings, just like we have a new moon. New moons are about new beginnings, but the new moon is in Earth sign Taurus. This is Ace of Wands, and wands are fire. Wands are about passion, inspiration, creative self-expression. You can kind of see that from just the image on the card, right? We're awakening something on a fiery, passionate, inspirational, creative level within ourselves. And we got the fire right here, and it's actually at the third eye. So this can be like a new beginning, a new birth of higher perceptions, higher inspirational perceptions and imagination and insight and kind of epiphanies and aha moments at that third eye and up through the crown chakra level. And we do have Mars going into fire sign Leo. And Leo, sometimes the shadow of Leo, and especially Mars being kind of a masculine planet going into Leo, sometimes it can be a little bit into the ego, a little egotistical or self-involved in a way. But the higher aspect of Leo rules the heart, the physical body, it rules the heart. So it rules the heart chakra. So we're activating this higher love of the heart chakra. And although this fire here is at the third eye and kind of the crown chakra, there's still an activation, a higher activation that's occurring here. So new beginnings with this, again, fiery, passionate, and spiritual, which is what Wands is about, the spiritual energy. There's a new beginning with the activation of this spiritual energy, this higher spiritual energy, which I think, again, is Pluto. And although Pluto's shadow side can be pretty heavy, but the light side, the positive side of Pluto, is the phoenix rising from the ashes, born anew and ascending. And that's what this reminds me of. Let's look at the last card. Okay. Oh, Major Arcana 11. Another Major Arcana is 11, the Justice card. She's holding the scales of balance. She's holding the scales of balance sort of on, it looks like a sword or a sheath of a sword here. And this one is interesting because this Justice card has a reflection going on. Like here she is, but she's reflected down here too. So as above, so below. To me, Justice can deal with karmic rebalancing of the scales. And this feels like higher self versus shadow self, or future versus past. So again, we're dealing with this karmic rebalancing of the scales going on, again, coming from especially that full moon lunar eclipse, also the solar eclipse, but more that full moon lunar eclipse as it was in Scorpio. There's a huge clearing that's still active in our lives for the weeks to come yet. And this is saying that the scales of justice are going to be balanced. They're going to rebalance, right? If you can help it along by doing your healing work, wonderful. It's going to be a little easier. But I feel like with the Justice card, especially because it's a Major Arcana, so it operates on a higher spiritual plane of reality, it's like the universe is going to just be kind of assisting you or bringing in this rebalance of the karmic scales of the situations and circumstances and relationships of your life, as well as patterns, subconscious patterns, mindsets, belief systems within yourself as well. So old energies are just kind of falling off, being cleared in your sleep, in your day, waking time. If you're trying to do it, or if you're not trying to do it, I just feel like it's going to be happening. And again, not that Pluto rules this. I think actually the sign of Libra rules justice, right? Libra is the sign of the scales, and justice to me is Libra, sign of the scales. But again, I feel that Plutonian kind of karmic rebalancing that's coming in here with this energy. All right, let's take a look at your special message depending on your stone of choice. So the first one was that Malachite, right? So Malachite people, special message for Malachite. Special message for the Malachite people. This one's calling my attention. It's sticking up, of course. Clarity, crystal ball, and clarity. Things are going to become much more crystal clear to you. So if during Mercury retrograde, the last 3 weeks, things have been a little unclear, a little bit murky and foggy and uncertain, I feel like now that Mercury has gone direct as of this past Sunday, and with some of these other energies that are happening, you're going to start to gain some clarity. So whatever questions you've been posing to the universe, whatever situations you might be in that have kind of brought a little bit of confusion or anxiety or the unknown, or not knowing what decision to make or what direction to go, feel like you're going to start to have that crystal clear clarity. I feel like it's going to be like over the next couple of weeks, it's just going to become more and more crystal clear, if you will, as to what you should do next, what decision to make, where to go next. I was trying to look in the crystal ball to see if I could tell what that was in the center. I think it's just like a house or a home or something surrounded by some sunlight. But that's metaphoric, right? That can be metaphoric even for your physical body, which is the home of your soul. It could be, metaphoric for where you work, like your work home. So this could have many, many meanings. It doesn't just pertain to home or family or where you live. It can pertain to any aspect of your life that you've been kind of confused about and wondering about. So I love that, and I love that crystal ball, right? All right, let's put that back in the deck in case somebody else gets it, and let's look at the special message for the red jasper people. Deep breath, and a special message for the people that chose red jasper. Oh boy, that one's sticking right up when I open my eyes. It's animals. So you need to look for some animal spirits, animal totems. Has there been any animals popping up in your existence lately? It could be maybe you have an animal card deck and you've been pulling an animal over and over as a totem. Maybe you've been like me, I've been going on walks lately and seeing all kinds of rabbits hopping around the neighborhood. Maybe it's a snake, it could be a spider. So these are all totems that have certain messages associated with them. This one actually has a wolf in it. It looks like a dove. And what's that one down there? Looks like just there's a black cat over there, and there's an owl. So the black cat to me can be about mystery and magic and what lies in the shadows, right? Or what lies in your own shadow side. Or it could be this mystery, magical priestess energy even. Priestesses often had cats as familiars. The owl is about higher wisdom, higher knowledge, seeing things from a different perspective. We've got the wolf, which is like a lone wolf. Wolves kind of like to be loners, but yet they also like to be in their family or in their pack. So there could be this kind of loner energy within you, but at the same time you want connection, you're seeking connection. Wolves have kind of a powerful kind of symbology to them, to me as well. And then of course the dove to me, peace, harmony, balance, spirit, connection to the higher realms. And because it's a bird, all birds are messengers, and this is like a spiritual messenger because it's a white dove. It can also be a message about love in some aspect. To me, white doves can also be a symbol of that unconditional love and compassion within a loving type of relationship. We also have a full moon in the background here. So we're having a new moon this week. In 2 weeks, we'll have a full moon. So I feel like you want to pay attention over the next couple of weeks to whatever animal totems you've got coming into your existence. Now, this doesn't just mean that you come across them physically. Remember, maybe it's a card you draw. Maybe it's an article you read, a song that you hear, something on a billboard that has animals on it. I mean, animals can come those totem messages can come in various forms and various ways. Okay. And they're also saying that maybe if you have a pet, that maybe they need a little bit more love and attention right now. Maybe they need a little extra lovey-dovey time with you, a little extra care. They might need some sort of assistance in some way. Or maybe a new pet is coming into your life. Maybe you've been thinking about that you want a bird, a cat, a dog, or some sort of animal companion in your life. So this might be a good time to also get that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the special message for the golden, yellow, and green moss agate. Okay, so green and yellow moss agate people, special message. Special message for green and yellow moss agate people. Okay, this one calling my attention sort of up front here. Oh, wow. Love. Okay. Now, Maybe there's a new romantic person coming into your life, a new relationship, but this could also be a new friendship, or maybe it's a new soul tribe family member. Maybe it's a new child or grandchild coming in, right? It's just all about the energy of love. And I'm going to say unconditional love by the looks of this. And also don't forget, it's about self-love. This Taurus energy, remember the new moon in Taurus? We said it's self-love, self-value. So make sure that you're sending that love and kindness and caring and nurturing energy to yourself first and foremost, because that's actually going to then attract that new friend, that new romantic partner, that new soul into your life that may be a part of your soul tribe that it's time to meet. So I feel like I'm getting like all kinds of things like essential oils like rose or jasmine or ylang ylang. You could put them on your body or put them in your bath. Rose water, I like to use the rose water spray. Buying a bouquet of roses or just buying any kind of bouquet of flowers to kind of feel in touch with that beautiful, gentle, flowery energy, which kind of incites love into our lives. So these are also some things that you can do as well. Now she's holding, you know, it looks like it's just above almost her heart chakra. It looks like it's between her heart chakra and the throat chakra that she has her hand. So speak with love, communicate with love to everyone. Remember, everyone is a human being. Everyone has a soul. Everyone has their shadow sides. Everyone has their wounds. I'm not saying to not have good boundaries, but we want to emanate love, because that's the state we want this planet to be in, right? We want to be in a state where everybody's in a unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, support of one another, non-judgment, you know? And so if each one of us can be in that state for ourselves, and towards everyone we meet, that's just going to attract that kind of energy for the whole of the planet. Not to mention, again, if you're looking for any kind of new relationship, that's going to attract that if you're projecting it towards yourself first. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the weekly Empowered Moments video. Sending you all lots of love and light until we connect again next week. Namaste.